And welcome back to the Influencers. My name is Russell Pearson. It's very good to be back with you once again for an Influencers Live. And today we're going to be talking about two little tricks that I like to use when it comes to influence in the written word. Now, if you are watching this, then let me know in the comments below. If you've got any questions, add them there. And then I get to answer them throughout this quick session. But also, if you've got any questions, I'll answer them. Comments, I might answer them. It might be a question in disguise, who knows? But put it in the comments below so I can at least know that you're here. Now, if you are watching this on replay, put in replay, and I'd like you to add your questions there as well so that I can come back to you on that too. Now, two little tactics that we talk about when we're trying to engage people where they're at with the written word. Now, there's been a discussion for years and years. Hello, Lindsay. Good to see you there. There's been a discussion for years and years about whether to go for pleasure or whether to go for pain when using our written copy. Now, this could be in sales copy. This could be trying to influence somebody or change their mind about something. But do we want to appeal to the pain that they're feeling or the pleasure that they want? And by pleasure, the positive outcome that they're looking for. All right. So there tends to be two different sides of the thing. I'll pull out the old whiteboard for this one. So you've got pain down over here, and people don't like pain. You know, it's the big no-no. And over here you've got pleasure. So pleasure, and that's a big tick. Now, the question is, do we want to talk to pain or do we want to talk to pleasure? Well, it's interesting because there's all sorts of discussions, and I will touch on some of that. It's been cited in a lot of scientific studies on this sort of thing that pain is a bigger motivator for people to act, all right? But what tends to happen is that people in their life are in a situation where they're wanting or needing something more in their life, and they're trying to move away from this painful situation. But once they get to a certain point where it's really about aspirations in life, they're already comfortable, they've taken care of all the pain, they're not really feeling any pain, they're just wanting to improve more or get more into their life. That's when pleasure starts coming through. So if you are talking to an affluential type of audience, they've pretty much got the things that they want in the finance side, and you're trying to sell them on something financial. It's usually about how to go for the pleasure and how to avoid getting to the pain. So the trick that I like to use is to use both of them in there at the same time. So this is particularly useful when it comes to headlines. So the trick is pleasure without pain. All right, so we'll put that up on here. So pleasure without, this says without, right? Pain. And to give you an example, all right, so let's say that you wanted to grow your business. All right, well, the example would be how to grow your business by 20%, because that's the pleasure, that's what they're after, in, 30 days without having to spend a lot of money. All right, so that's the pain that they're feeling. So the pleasure without pain. Now you could be looking at maybe a health-related piece. So how to lose your next 10 kilos without having to do strenuous exercise. So that would be an example of how you can actually use the pleasure without pain scenario. Now in both of those, you need to know what is the pleasure or the outcome they're looking for. You also need to know what is the pain that they're experiencing. And just knowing these things is a large part of becoming influential in the written word. All right, so that's number one. Number two is not what I like to call, but it's what the industry tends to call dog whistle copy. Now, it's not mine, not something I came up with, but this is what's commonly known as dog whistle copy. So the idea is that when you use a dog whistle, humans can't really hear it. To be fair, actually, my daughters can hear it, which is, it's one of those weird things where children can hear the high-pitched sound, but most adults can't. Now, the dogs are very, very sensitive to that, and they can hear it. So when it comes to actually using this sort of copy with the dog whistle addition, it would be, if you're a business owner, all right, so that's the dog whistle. So anyone who's not a business owner is not going to pay attention to the message. So if you're a business owner who wants to grow their business by 20% in the next 30 days without spending a lot of money, then you're going to want to watch this video. All right, that would be the example. Or on the health side of things, if you're feeling uncomfortable in your body, so again, talking to people who are feeling uncomfortable in their body, if you're not feeling uncomfortable in your body, it doesn't speak to you. So if you're feeling uncomfortable in your body and wanting to lose your next 10 kilos, then I'm going to show you how to do that without strenuous exercise. All right, so that's how you use those two things in combination. Now, hopefully that's been of help to you. That's just one of the tricks that you can use when you're looking to influence people with the written word. And ideally, if you've got any questions for that, put them in the comments below. If you've got any thoughts around that, add them here too. This whole Facebook group for the influence is all about having the conversation and continuing the conversation around influence. So feel free to start your own conversation. I'd love to hear from you. If you would be interested in connecting with me, do that on Facebook. You can do it on LinkedIn. I would love to know more about what you're doing in your world. Obviously, I work with a lot of business owners, but I don't care where you are. If you're interested in influence, I'm probably interested in speaking with you. Until next time, stay passionate, and I will catch you on the next one.